Welcome to Ultimately You. We're here at Battery Park in New York City on August the 5th. This is Universal Peace Day, and we have with us Judith Halleck and Don Conreaux. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
What we're here today celebrating is, of course, Universal Peace Day, and earlier today, Don Conreaux played the gongs and the conch, and he's going to tell us about that, the significance of the conch and the gong for this. And also, we're here to talk a few minutes about the harmonic convergence. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. And here's Don.
Thank you. There's a process going on now in the world where we're dismantling the weapons of war, the nuclear weapons, the missiles, getting rid of the obsolete salvage of war, and we're turning them into bells and gongs again as they did in the ancient days. We're also making peace bell gardens, putting them up in every city around the world for people to go and talk about ways that they can balance the ecology and live in a safe world with no violence in it. Places where artists can go and present their works for humanity. I'm going around the world right now and setting up these gardens in different countries. We're going to have one here in Manhattan, hopefully in the next year. It's a very special instrument. It's about 5,000 to 6,000 years old, and it started the science of metallurgy. Buddha wrote 2 characters on the face of all the gongs in Asia, and the characters mean peace on earth now, spiritualization of matter, heaven on earth now. And the gong has a special power of synergy in that it can bring together diverse elements, dissimilars, into a resonant whole, into a resonant space of peace and cooperation. I've been playing the gong now since 1969, and it's spreading around the world. People are buying gongs, and we're melting down weapons of war and making bells out of them again.
Thank you, Don. Don, the peace gardens, if people are interested in the gardens that you're creating, how can they get in touch with you?
They can call me 212-362-8814.
Convergence?
Yes, the harmonic convergence, which is the return of Quetzalcoatl, which this conch here that Judith is holding represents. It's the trumpet of Quetzalcoatl, and of course this is the Mayan prophecy, and Quetzalcoatl is coming back as the peacemaker and a personage of love this time. And that means that everybody is going to have harmonic convergence in their heart, and hopefully that will be in enough telepathic resonance so that we can work together.
The Universal Peace greeting that you shared with us earlier will show on a later exit of the show, and it speaks for itself. Thank you very much, Don Conreaux.
This is a friend of the children here, and I'll talk about him a little later, but I'm very proud to introduce the next act because he was here with us from the very beginning today. Was anybody else here today from like 12 o'clock? So you saw the tree planting ceremony, right? When the Indians did the ceremony for the Tree of Peace over there. And this next gentleman not only came here to perform, but came here to be part of the ceremony this morning and to really give his goodwill to the whole day's activity of peace. And that, to me, that's really a lot, you know, not just to perform, but to come and wait 6 hours to perform while you're giving your spiritual support. And to tell you something about him, he is a massage therapist, okay, in Manhattan who works with healing sound. He travels around the world introducing the Universal Peace Gong, right there. Right there, what it is? And he is commissioned to design and construct a peace bell garden out of recycled weapons of war to turn them into peace. So they still get their money for making the weapons, so they'll be happy, but we get to make peaceful things out of them, so we're happy too. So no more war, just weapons turned into peace. So without saying anything else, would you kindly welcome our friend, Mr. Don Conreaux, and his peace gong.
Robert Mueller said something in a book that made a big impression on me many years ago. And he said that the day of world peace will come when all the people are gathered in circles and they're to give thanks for breath and for life and to listen to all the bells and all the gongs all around the planet ringing simultaneously together. That's the day of world peace. And it's to this end, to this inspiration, that the Peace Bell Gardens of the world is a project that's spreading now into cities all around the planet. Mayors in every city, and soon including Manhattan, are joining the World Union of Cities for Peace. This is a union of cities that are working together to find ways to balance the ecology and to end violence in the cities, states, countries, and the world. The recycled implements of war. In the ancient days, they used to melt down these armaments, weapons of war, and make them into bells and gongs again, symbols of universal peace. In World War II, Hitler melted down all the bells of Europe and made them into armaments. The time has come when we must reverse the process, and it's already begun. Those of you who are interested in the World Peace Bell Garden Project, please contact me. We could use all the support and help, inspiration that we can get. When I first started playing the gong, I realized it was an instrument that could raise a person to a level of union with all of humanity. I immediately, this was in 1969, bought a gong and have been playing it ever since. Along with the gong is a conch. You know that this is the time of harmonic conversion, the return of Quetzalcoatl on the 16th and 17th of August, the end of the Mayan calendar, and the trumpet of Quetzalcoatl is a conch shell. So before I play the gong for you, I'd like to play the conch first. The conch is identified with the day of purification, and that day of purification is here right now. The gong has two symbols on the front of it, put there by Buddha in 600 BC. You know, the gong first was made in 3500 BC. It began the science of metallurgy. And Buddha put these two sayings, these two Mandarin Chinese characters on the gong. These characters mean peace on earth now. Before I leave, I'd like to tell you the legend of the Universal Peace Greeting. It was in 1983 in California. 5 unknown people came up to me and said, "Here, this is to be given out to the world. It has no author. It's anonymous. No one is to claim it. It's for all people." And it was a 9-sentence poem or lyric. And the idea behind this is that in order for the world to work together, we have to be in telepathic resonance together. And right now, that is what is being developed in the world right now. The ability to resonate with dissimilar people to create an ecologically safe world. I'd like to share it with you, and if you'll just respond with the gestures. This is an international sign language. It can be done without the words as well. Please join in. I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I hear your needs. I see your beauty. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from a higher source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together. And now one silently. And when you do it silently and teach it to others, it's the mental projection, the feeling tone.